The year is 2015. Rainbow Six Siege launches on December 1st. Early gameplay is slow and tactical. Most players hold angles, wait for sound cues, and play cautiously.
There's a basement?
Oh yeah, the basement. It's not there.
Leaning is used mainly to peek corners safely, not aggressively. Gunfights are controlled and often decided by positioning or timing, not speed. At this stage, quick peeking doesn't exist. Most players don't experiment with movement. They stick to what the game teaches them.
And the defenders have to stop them. It's a very, very simple concept.
All you gotta do is watch the tutorial. Just watch the tutorial.
In 2016, Siege begins to grow. The player base becomes more competitive.
Jumping on camps real quick.
Ranked play and early tournaments push players to look for any advantage they can find. Some players start experimenting with leaning. Instead of holding corners, they use fast leans to gather info. This style is still raw. It's not called quick peeking yet, and it isn't widely used.
Shots and gets the successful headshot without taking anything serious.
But the idea is starting to spread. Pro teams like Continuum in North America, led by players like Canadian, NVK, and Young, begin to push the pace of the game.
1-2. Now Eclipse jumping out. Canadian and King George are aggressively all over the place. Turn behind the side, and NVK will get him as he stands up and get Avian with a double headshot. Looking now to duck away as shots are rattling in from outside, and Snake exposing himself as he runs away for NVK's third.
In Europe, teams like Penta dominate the scene with a more aggressive approach to fights.
Here we go, 3-on-3, a minute 15 left to go, and Fabian's trying to get inside of the arc.
These early pros don't rely on quick peeks yet, but their playstyle opens the door. Gunfights are getting faster.
Gets one! Penguin's gonna team kill his own teammate. Capitão's gonna push on and cannot find Panics in time. 5 seconds left to go, and it's all...
And players are starting to test the limits of the game's movement. By 2017, Rainbow Six Siege is no longer just a tactical shooter. It's becoming a competitive esport.
Crossfire, and Penguin gets one. Penguin gets two. Three down.
The first Six Invitational takes place in February. Teams like Continuum and Eternity showcase faster playstyles.
Fire almost going on to Bexley. Oh, nice shot by...
With more pre-firing, aggressive peaks, and confident positioning.
Which will be in his line of sight. A beautiful shot from NBK. Takes the head off of Vandal and a second kill.
Around this time, quick peeking starts to take shape. Players begin to lean in and out rapidly, not to shoot, but to bait shots and force reactions. The technique varies from player to player. Some use it to check for enemies, others to throw off crosshairs before a real peek. Competitive players and high-level streamers show that smart movement can win fights just as much as raw aim.
Like, we played that so well.
Quick peeking isn't meta yet, but it's starting to catch on, especially in high-level play. What began as a weird little trick is slowly turning into something players rely on. In 2018 and 2019, quick peeking becomes something more than a trick. It becomes part of the meta. Content creators and streamers begin showcasing the mechanic in a new way.
So, quick peeking in Rainbow Six Siege is something very important that you need to learn in order to climb up in ranked.
One name stands out, Bolo. Bolo playstyle is different. He leans fast, pre-fires often, and combines crosshair placement with smooth movement.
Okay, nice one.
His clips go viral. The community starts calling it the Bolo peak. At the same time, in Europe, another player is gaining attention, Shaiko.
Why is he not in Pro League?
Because you got banned a limo.
His aggressive style, fast peaks, and raw mechanical skill show how powerful this technique can be when mastered. These players didn't invent the quick peek, but they have perfected it. And they prove that fast, unpredictable movement can win fights even at the highest level. From this point forward, quick peeking isn't optional. It becomes something every competitive player is expected to know. By 2020, quick peeking is everywhere, in ranked, in scrims, in pro matches. It's no longer a surprise mechanic, it's an expectation. Ubisoft takes notice. Concerns about lean spamming, animation desync and unfair peeking angles lead to several updates. Animations are adjusted, leaning becomes slightly slower, and movements are smoothed out to reduce peeker's advantage. Still, quick peeking survives. Even with changes to speed and timing, the mechanic stays, refined, but untouched at its core. Quick peeking wasn't part of the original design. It wasn't taught in tutorials. It wasn't written into patch notes. It came from players, testing the game, pushing its limits, and finding new ways to win. Over time, it went from a trick to a skill to a standard. It's been nerfed, balanced, and refined, but it's never disappeared. And today, it's one of the clearest examples of what Rainbow Six Siege really is. A game shaped by the people who play it.